Aged in his 20s, turned up to a regional police station in northern Western Australia this morning and gave police information that prompted a search. 5 people were found dead, among the victims, women and children.
Man, 24 murders partner, their young children and mother-in-law. Grandmother, 74, and her granddaughters Charlotte, 3, and twins Alice and Beatrix, 2, who were murdered by their father, 24, before he spent days in the house with their dead bodies. The grandmother and children who were found dead in their home have been remembered as a loving family. Police will allege Anthony Robert Harvey murdered his partner Mara Harvey, 47, her daughter Charlotte, 3, 2-year-old twin girls Alice and Beatrix on September 3 at their Bedford home, in Perth's northeast. Authorities will also allege the 24-year-old murdered his mother-in-law Beverly Quinn, 74, the next day on September 4 when she visited the home. Police will allege several weapons including a blunt instrument and knives were used, WA Police Commissioner Chris Dawson said on Monday. The tragedy unfolded on Sunday when Mr. Harvey drove 1,400 kilometers to the remote Pilbara mining town of Panawanaka and provided police with information. Officers worked on the information they were provided and arrived at the house and found the television still on, before they found the 5 deceased bodies. Mr. Harvey was then charged with 5 counts of murder. The murdered mother's sister, Taryn, issued a statement on Monday remembering her loving mother, her proud sister, and bubbly and energetic nieces. Taryn said there were no words to explain the emptiness that the family is experiencing following the horrific murders. She said her sister loved being a mum and was that her daughters were her world. She was so proud of each of them and was doing a great job of raising them. Her girls were her world, Taryn said. Charlotte was an energetic, bubbly, confident little girl who loved people and loved socializing. Alice was outgoing, adventurous and cheeky, while Beatrix was at times a little bit more quiet but gave the biggest hugs. Taryn also said her mother, Mrs. Quinn, would have done anything for her children and grandchildren. Beverly was a kind-hearted, caring mother and grandmother and was always there for her family. She was very much family-orientated and she loved her daughters and grandchildren, and would have done anything for them. This world is a sadder place with the loss of these 5 beautiful people, but heaven has gained 5 new angels. She also thanked family, friends and the community for their support during this trying period, and has asked for privacy as they grieve the losses. The children's father, Mr. Harvey, who ran a Jim's Mowing franchise with his wife Mara, told a neighbor he was struggling financially and felt under pressure to work even when sick to keep the business afloat. The couple ran the business in Morley, northeast Perth, after previously working for a Sino-Steel Pilbara mine. Neighbor Richard Fairbrother described Mr. Harvey as slightly socially awkward and under pressure due to money troubles. There was a couple of times he had been quite ill with the flu and he was having to get up and go to work anyway, he told me, Mr. Fairbrother told The Australian. He said there was no money coming in unless he was out there. Ms. Harvey, who owned the property on Coode Street, in the city's northeast, has been described as unlucky in love, and her husband Anthony Harvey was 18 years her junior. The couple lived together in the small brick house, and had daughter Charlotte a year after Mr. Harvey proposed in 2014. Located on a large corner block in the city's northeast, Ms. Harvey bought the modest 3-bedroom brick and tile home in 2008. A compact kitchen and large standalone outdoor garage can be seen in photos of the home's interior, along with a covered back patio area facing the lawn. Both had worked for a Sino-Steel Pilbara mine, and Mr. Harvey then started his own business using income generated from the sales of some of Ms. Harvey's properties. According to their business website, Mr. Harvey previously worked as a fly-in fly-out worker doing cleaning and grounds maintenance. She was pretty unlucky in love before she met him, a friend told WA Today. So, when she met Mr. Harvey, it was like yay, now she gets to start a family. Another friend said she was a loving mother, a beautiful person and a hardworking go-getter. Facebook group Perth and Districts Multiple Birth Association Incorporated, of which Ems Harvey was a member, paid tribute to the victims on Monday. It is with a heavy heart and our deepest condolences that we are informing our community today that one of our own has been taken, in what can only be described as a shocking tragedy, they said. News reports today confirm the death of one of our members, Mara, her mother, her twin girls Beatrix and Alice, and their big sister Charlotte. Our thoughts and prayers go out to all those who know the family and have been touched by this tragedy. Rebecca Della, who lives next door with her partner Richard, told Daily Mail Australia there was no sign of anything wrong. Even the week before they seemed happy and cheerful. I never heard them have any fights, she said. They were quiet except for their kids always playing in the backyard. We never expected anything was wrong. Ems Della said Richard went over to the house a few times to see Mr. Harvey and they seemed happy. I guess it's always the ones you least expect. She wondered if Mr. Harvey's landscaping business had fallen on hard times and caused him stress he was bottling up. Another neighbor, Doug Robertson, said the family was quiet and kept to themselves. We are all shocked, no one thought something like this would happen with them. Kimberly Shackleton said the area was a safe, close-knit neighborhood where you would never expect violence. They were just a normal, everyday family, she said. You'd think with something like this there would be warning signs, but they were so quiet and seemed happy. You'd never see them fight or shout at each other, just those lovely kids playing and running around the front yelling "Daddy" as he left for work. Those poor kids, they never got to have a life. Police have not said how the women and children died, and it's believed Mr. Harvey stayed with the bodies 6 days after he allegedly murdered them. Homicide detectives and specialist forensic police will on Monday continue to comb the home for evidence and clues to what happened after the shocking discovery on Sunday. Depending on the size of that crime scene, that will take a period of time, and it could be a number of days, Assistant Commissioner Metropolitan Region Paul Steele said. It is a tragic thing when incidents like this occur. It does send a ripple through the community of Western Australia. First responders have been offered access to a police chaplain to help them cope with the horrific scene inside the house, which remains sealed off with police tape. The tragedy comes after a 19-year-old man was charged with murdering an 8-year-old boy, a 15-year-old girl and their mother at Ellenbrook in July. In July, 4 children and 3 adults were found dead at a Western Australia property in Osmington, in Australia's worst mass shooting since the 1996 Port Arthur massacre. The bodies of Peter Miles, 61, his 58-year-old wife Senda, their daughter Katrina, 35, and her 4 autistic children with estranged partner Erin Cockman, Tay, 13, Rylan, 12, Ari, 10, and Kadine Cockman, 8, were found at the Miles residence. 3 firearms were located at the scene belonging to grandfather Peter Miles. Please subscribe for more trending videos every day. Please subscribe for more trending videos.